Hello everyone, welcome back to Joyful Learning 365 YouTube channel. So, connection string and queue connection string in the Azure Service Bus. So let's get started. First, you need to go Azure portal. So in previous videos, we have already seen how to create the namespace, how to create the queue. Okay, so this is the like a from now we'll see how to create the connection string in a queue. Okay, for this I am, as you can see on the screen, I am like a login into the portal.azure.com. After this I am going here, see Azure Service Bus. Okay, go to Azure Service Bus, and here you can see this is the in part 2 video we have created one namespace, right? See, this is the namespace which we have created. Joyful Learning 365 channel Azure Service Bus namespace we have created, right? If you slightly come down, you can see here there is a queues and topics is there. Okay, so queues. So our agenda is to create the connection string in a queue. So now I'm going to this JFL queue record. Okay, this is the part 3 video which we have covered. So in this like this queue creation we have. So now for this queue, how to create the connection string? So you can see on the left hand navigation, we have some of the selection menu is there. So in the selection menu, first of all, you need to come here left hand side and you need to untoggle the settings icon. Okay, after that you are able to see the shared access policies. Okay, so click on this shared access policies button. Once you click on the right hand screen will be start showing. As you can see on the screen, there like this it will start appearing to you. So there is a add button is there. Okay, click on the add button. Here you can give a name of your queue to define the connection string. So it should be unique name you can provide. So what I'll give, see it's like a JFL queue connection string, right? So I will give this one only. Okay, but in your scenario you need to ask your architect and he will design he will design and he will give the naming or convention whatever it wants. Okay, so here we have given the connection policy access policy name. Okay, for connection string which I am giving. Now you can see downside we have a manage, send, listen. See, send means if for example if you give select send privileges, only this particular with this by using this connection string only you can send a queue is allowed to send the message. Okay, this one for example, if you are giving listen privileges, then this queue is only responsible to listen. Okay, so now I want to my this connection should be send and listen, both it should be handle and manage from end to end activity. So what I will do here, there is a privilege called as a manage privilege. Okay, so I'll select on this one, so automatically it will get auto selected. Okay, once you have selected this one, so now you need to click on the create button, and the down you can see here down create button is the right. So click on the create button. Okay, as you can see on the screen, a connection string has been successfully created. Okay, it will say wait a few seconds, a primary key and secondary key will be get keep on loading. Okay, so this is the code which you will use in a Visual Studio to speak, communicate with this particular queue. So those all will discuss in a upcoming videos of how to connect with this queue. Those all will discuss in this one. So as of now, only we are concentrating on this connection string of a queue. Okay, this is what we have in a queue we have created. Okay, now coming to, we have a connection string for the namespace also. As you know that, see, we have a namespace, underneath of the namespace we have a queue. Okay, for queue we have created a connection string, but if interviewer asks you that whether for namespace also we need to create a connection string, yes, we need to create, but by default only Microsoft Azure in automatically will create a connection string whenever you will create the namespace. Okay, you don't need to create it separately. So let's see how to see this one. So basically see, now I am going to service bus again. Okay, here service bus is there, right? So in the service bus you can see this is the namespace where I am is there. So here you can see left hand navigation I am coming. Okay, so left hand navigation again settings is there. So here also again shared space, but this is I'm clearly saying this is Azure Service Bus. A few minutes back, which we have created, that connection string we created for the queue. This one we are seeing for the namespace. Okay, why we have a two different? We'll speak now in few minutes. Okay, so as we can see on the screen, a root manage shared access key. Okay, this is has been. So I didn't created, as you can see on my in my screen in part 2 video also, I didn't created. Who created? A Microsoft Azure will automatically get created. This will get whenever you will create the namespace, this will be created automatically get created. So here you can see the claims, the privileges has been assigned to this manage, send, listen. These are all the privileges. So here you have a full authority on the, if you want to speak on in with all components of the contents in the namespace, then you will use this connection reference. Okay, so this is, we don't need to create separately for the connection string for the namespace. We'll use this one. Okay, so now we have understood where how to create the connection string and how to see the current existing connection string by which has been created by default only with when we are creating the Azure service namespace. Okay, bus namespace. Okay, this is two concepts are clear. Now we'll go little bit, try to concentrate on the interview point of view questions. Okay, to see. So as you can see on the screen, see, the namespace is the container. Okay, in this, a queue is the entity, and again topic is also one of the entities. So in upcoming videos we'll understand that also. Okay, so this is the one container. In this we have a new. Okay, now why we need to, here we'll get a one question. You don't need to here you don't need to create a here you don't need to create for the separately connection string for the namespace. By default only a Microsoft will get automatically will get created. Okay, so what is this one? If you see here in the difference between, this is the left hand side, you can see a service bus namespace. Okay, connection string, and here right hand side you can see the connection string. So what is the basically, what is the difference between both of them means? So you can see here, this is a namespace for the global level. Okay, it will work in a global point of view. But if you see for the connection queue, connection string work only for the scoped. Okay, which scope you will. So for example, in a one namespace, I have a multiple queues. For each queue, I have a different unique custom connection string will be there. Okay, so if I want to speak with this particular connection particular queue, then I need to, it's like a only limited to that particular queue. So that is we call as a scoped. Okay, entity context. So whether if you see in service bus namespace, it will be a global context. Okay, so now what is the use, when we'll use the namespace connection string and when we'll use the queue connection strings? Okay, we'll try to understand this one. Basically, see, a namespace connection string will be I have a access to for all queues topics within the namespace, because it's a created on the top. Okay, like if we have a system administrator web role, so security role, so he's having complete end-to-end activity permissions, right? Like this. Okay, I can say. So here a namespace connection string have access of all queues and topics. So for example, if you if you lost or somewhere has been misused this connection string beta, your risk level will be very high. So in many projects, in many projects, most of the projects, 99.9% projects, we won't use this namespace connection string inside the. So we'll use separately queues concept in topic also. We those like a further connection reference and we'll speak with them. Okay. So the reason is if attack is also happened here, if you give this particular namespace connection string, the it will completely affect to your system. Okay, so that's the reason here it will take. Okay, so this is the, as you can see on the screen, we have only this one, and here we can control. For example, for one connection strings I'll create and I will give only read access. And for example, if a mobile team is there, I have a mobile team, so I will give only read access. They don't want to create access, listen access, only listen access, and only send access. Like this I can differentiate, and only it will be limited to that particular service. It will be not for everyone. So like at that point of time, I'll give the queue connection. Okay, now as you know that how to create, just now we have saw how to create this one, so we don't need. So it's like automatically for the namespace, it is automatically it will get created. So connection string will be there by default, it will be there, and for the namespace we have seen automate now. Okay, so and these, as you can see on the screen, these are the some risk factors which will be very helpful to you understand more in depth. So if you see, in the namespace we have a all queues access, but in queue we have a single entity access. Okay, single entity access. But now here, if you see the default policy, this is a very important interview question. They will ask you what is the default policy for the namespace scope. So you need to say root managed shared access key. Okay, root managed shared access key is the default policy will be enabled for the namespace. But whereas coming to the queue scope, it will be like a manually whatever it will create. Just now we have sir, and here you can see. Uh, um, Typical means in namespace by default only whatever it has been created, right? So for that it will be like a high privileges, like a it is having manage privileges, send privileges, listen privileges. Okay, and again we cannot edit that particular which has been created by the Microsoft Azure in individual out of box, right? Connection string root manager shared access, we cannot edit it, we cannot modify it. But whereas coming to the queue, in the queue whatever the connection string we have created, so in that we have a control to like a limit or restrict to only particular service, particular privilege. So it might either it might be send or either it might listen or it might be manage. Okay, so we have here controlling power, but in namespace we don't have a controlling power. So here, where when who will use the namespace connection string and who will use the queue connection string means basically queue, as you know, that producers and consumers. For example, I have a Dynamics 365 CRM who is a producer, and I have a mobile application who are the consumers. Okay, I have a different mobile applications. So they will at that point of time will use the queues. For example, I have a admin tools and DevOps like a there I need to do some configurational settings and automatically deployment should be everything will be internal in within the system, it should be happened, and to everything it should be taken care in ADFS servers or Azure Data Factory. At that point of time we'll use the namespace scope. Okay, so security poster, as I told you in initial stage only, this if you lose this namespace connection string, there might be like it will be a very big loss because it will be high risk. Okay, but Q scope it will be limited risk. Okay, so I hope you have understood in this video agenda, like we have discussed about the how to create the connection string shared in shared policies, how to create the connection string for the queue and for the namespace in Azure Service Bus. So in upcoming videos, we'll learn more new topics. That's it in this video. Thank you very much for watching Joyful Learning 365 YouTube channel.